Yo, what's up? Making of a dealership. I'm gonna fix that line right there. It's coming down a little bit. Making of a dealership, 800% Elite Auto behind the scenes. You are tuning in to the day by day. Everything that comes up, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, the goods, the bads, the wins, the mistakes. We're documenting all of it right here in this YouTube docu-series. And I gotta tell you, this is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. By far, man. It's been, it's because the truck's on a tilt. I feel like I'm tilted. The truck's sitting kind of on a hill. So one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. Everything is new. Everything is new, and we have systems and processes to guarantee our success. The thing is, getting those systems and processes implemented take time. Like, you can have great systems, you can have great processes, but there has to be great training and great development, right? For a better word, there has to be great development, and development takes time. And so probably one of the most frustrating parts of building a dealership from scratch, nothing was there when we got there. Hadn't been in business for 50 years. No computers, no furniture, no lights in many parts of the building, no software systems, no CRMs, no DMSs, no advertising, no like, what do they call it? Like, over time online with Google and stuff, you get, you gain presence on there, for lack of a better word. What am I trying to say? Basically, you're brand new. So you're starting from scratch, not just in a building, but you're starting from scratch online also. And so there's things that take process, right? We know that we can guarantee success at 80 leads a day. That's 80 leads a day. That's 800 leads every 10 days. There's a fire truck coming in. That's 2,400 leads a month. That's 4,000 leads. Oh, I hope everybody's all right. I'm out here at my son's soccer practice. He's right there, so he's good. Something's going on over here. 800 leads every 10 days. 8, 16, 24. And then 80 times 6 is 480. So 2,880 leads every 6 weeks is what we need. 2,880 leads. And right now we're tracking maybe 2,200, 600, probably like 600 leads, 700 leads. And so we are a fourth of where, 25% of the way where we need to be. And the results show that. We're selling about 25% of where we need to be. And so it's math, not magic. But with that said, generating 80 leads a day is something that can take a significant amount of time to be able to get the footing to be able to do that, especially when you're starting from scratch. 80 leads a day is a lot of leads. It's a lot. Getting 80 people a day to raise their hand and say, we want to do business with you. All that to say, even with the 80 leads a day, and if we were currently getting 80 leads a day, there's systems and processes that have to be in place to maximize all of those leads, to actually convert those leads. And that takes training and development. And so that part, the time part, like, I want this now. I want it now so bad. Like, so bad, for the team, for the consulting company, for the systems to work. You know what I'm saying? It's like putting together a rocket ship or a race car, and you have all of the parts and you have all of the pieces, and now you have to like get them all put together. And then once you get them all put together, you have to have the fuel to go into the rocket ship or the race car to launch it and for it to be able to perform at the highest level. So we have all the pieces and they're scattered all over the place. And it takes time. And I keep having to remind myself that, Glenn, it takes time, it takes time, it takes time. This team, what they have done in 6 weeks is phenomenal, man. A brand new company, not just a brand new, we're not just starting a new dealership. Like, this is a brand new business, brand new company, brand new online footprint. That's the words I was looking for. Brand new establishment, brand new phone number, brand new Google page, brand new Google reviews. Like, they have done a phenomenal job, dude. Seriously, phenomenal. But it's a race, dude. It's a race. Because we built it to function a certain way, and until it functions that way, even the phenomenal job that's being done right now is not enough to carry it through because of the size and proportion for which it's built. Does that make sense? It's like, we got some jet fuel in there and we got some pieces put together, but the thing can't launch until all of it works. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So as far as the updates, one of the updates is we are having some issues with Car Gurus. I spent an hour on the phone with the guy from over there, 50 minutes on the phone with him. And he showed me some cool stuff, some different things that we can do, some opportunities that we have. But there's something's wrong where we will show up. If you are in like more than 200 miles outside of our location and you search for a Nissan Rogue or a Chevy Silverado or a Land Rover or whatever, we'll show up. We'll show up on the first page. There'll be multiple listings there. However, if you're actually inside this 200-mile circle around us, which is where we're supposed to be showing up, if you're inside the 200-mile circle, we don't show up at all until like page 3 or something. And we were showing up, but something changed, and we were showing up a lot, and we were starting to really pick up some momentum, and we were super stoked and excited about it. And then it just shut off, man. It's like a water, like it was like all of a sudden the water came on, and then somebody turned the spout off, and we're like, ah! So I spent an hour on the phone with him trying to work through that. No resolution yet, but I will call him again tomorrow, and I'll call him again the next day, and I'll call him again the next day, I'll call him again the next day, until we get a resolution. On the other side, our Google stuff is starting to spin up. Michael Cirillo and Flex Dealer are doing a great job And so it's starting to spin up. They had 23 leads come in on Sunday, 16 leads came in on Monday. So they're starting to spin up, and our cost per lead has dropped dramatically. It's been cut in half. So that one is starting to pick up. As far as our Facebook carousel ads, Casey, I talked to her. She's got the ads, they're performing well. We just didn't have a lot of budget being pushed that way. So we've increased the budget there to generate more traffic that way. If we can get car gurus to click in and do what it's supposed to be doing and giving us the amount of leads we were getting 2 weeks ago, add that to what Flex Dealer is doing, because they're doing a phenomenal job, and then Casey ramps up that budget, you know, we could be at that 60 leads a day, you know, by the end of the week, next week, early next week at the latest. And that's when things start cooking, right? That's when things start cooking. But it's almost like, you know, I've invested time in there. The last 2 days, I've basically been in the store all day, both days, and it's kind of like watching a pot waiting for it to boil. You know, the water's in there, the heat is on. It's like we're never gonna reach the boiling point. So that's going on there. Also, update. If you haven't watched any of the previous videos, we needed to pivot. We had one concept and idea of how we were going to do something. We want all the members of our team to have 7 weeks off a year paid, and they are going to, that is happening. What the vision of it was that we could all do it at the same time, and that is not happening. So we had to make just a quick shift. Everyone still gets 7 weeks off a year. We're just not going to be able to completely close the dealership in those times. But what we've figured out is the solution is we're going to take, I believe it's week 3. So we run everything in 7-week stretches. So week 3 and week 6, I believe, is what we decided, or it's either week 4 and week 7. But yeah, it's week 4 and week 7. So half the team will get week 4 as their Sabbath week of a 7-game stretch, and the other half of the team will get week 7 as their deal. Which, if you're off week 4, then week 5, week 6, week 7, week 1, week 2, week 3, yeah, week 4. And if you're week 7, then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So week 4, half the squad off and enjoying their Sabbath week, and week 7, the other half of the squad off, enjoying their Sabbath week. So we just had to make a little pivot on that. But due to that pivot, because the plan was different 48 hours ago, and so due to that pivot this week, most people are doing the things that they had planned this week and then coming in the store when they can come in the store. And so we've had the consulting company like Evan and Jessica and those guys and girls filling in as we operate this week. And so it's kind of quiet in there. Doesn't have the energy that I would always like it to have. But they're selling a couple cars and putting deals together, which is great. And Jessica, man, Jessica's a beast. She was in there today, answering phones, doing the different things, and she was like, I'm gonna sell some cars. So she started calling people in her phone and started FaceTiming people, and she generated a couple leads today, which is amazing. And then she actually sold one car today, which is amazing. And she's got 2 more appointments for later in the week. So Jessica's beast mode, and I love it. And it's just incredible. I am so grateful for this team that's willing to step up and play different roles to make this thing happen. We really are blessed to be surrounded by amazing people. And so, but while I invested the last 2 days, and I'm going to invest the rest of the week while I'll be in there pretty much the whole time, and being in there, right? The first 6 weeks, I was basically gone on the road. But being in there, I can see a lot of areas of growth and development that require the coach just scored on my son, and my son's playing goalie. He's not happy about that. There's just a lot that our team doesn't know yet. They've never been taught. A lot of our team worked with me many, many years ago, but it's been 6 years at least for any of them. Nice job, Joel. Nice stop. It's been 6 years, and so there's just little tiny things that got lost, in not working with me for 6 years. There's little tiny things that got lost, little tiny itty bitty minuscule things that seem ridiculous or seem micromanaging or whatever words you want to use. But the details are so incredibly important. And so I've noticed over the last couple of days, there's some little tiny details that need ironing out. Little tiny details that need work from every department. From the service department and some things that I've seen, and to the frontline sales department, some things that I've heard, to leadership, management, everything, like literally across the board. There are things. And so I came to the revelation that they just scored on them again. I gotta move like a little bit because this bar keeps getting in the way, so I can't see the full goal. There we go. I've just come to this revelation that, I've been in the game of training and developing for the last 6 years. I wrote a book called The Legacy Titles with some very specific things. And I've been helping a lot of dealers around the country. And so I've been in the game of growth, scale, development, and all of those things. Whereas a lot of my people have not. They've been in a completely different game. They've been in a game where they were working in an established place and doing things that are already established, running off of processes that were already established and set up to make sure that they were successful. And so I got to get in there. My whole team, really, me, Sam, Dylan, Evan, Casey, Jessica, we got to get in there and really dig in with these guys and girls the same way we would any of these other dealerships that we work at. Just because it's our dealership and a lot of these people are our people doesn't mean that they don't need guidance, right? We all do. Everybody needs a coach, man. Michael Jordan needed a coach. Kobe Bryant needed a coach. Nice job, Joel. Everybody needs a coach. And Zach, my GM, he needs a good coach, man. He needs a good coach. And so, nice. So, just as I was sitting in there, I was like, okay, man. And that's what I was going to say. I've come to the revelations that I have been making an ass out of myself, assuming a lot of things. And I didn't think I was the type of person to assume. But I made an assumption with my partners that was inaccurate. I've made some assumptions with my leadership that were inaccurate. I've made some assumptions with wow, I made some assumptions, with vendor partners and whatnot that were inaccurate. Like, for some reason, I'm on this assume trail, and we all know what happens when you assume, right? It makes an ass out of you and me. So, but being in there today was really helpful. Seeing some things and being in there yesterday, really helpful. So I've been taking notes all day and making a checklist of the areas of growth, development, and opportunity for all the members of the team. So as far as the updates, that's where the updates are at. We're still waiting to get some additional lifts installed in service. Once we get those lifts installed, we'll be able to do some customer pay, which will take some of the pressure off. Financially, it won't be all on sales to generate income. The service department will be able to generate income, also start cash flowing to be able to support the expense structure that we built. So we're still waiting on a couple lifts. We're still waiting on Car Gurus to get it right. Flex Dealer's spinning things up. Casey's spinning things up. The team is doing an amazing job with what they have. They need more. They need more activity, and they need more training and development. And I personally am learning so many things about myself, and I'm learning so many things about business, and I'm learning a lot of things about patience, and that I don't have it. Oh my goodness. I'm also learning how to put lots of miles on my truck, driving my son around for soccer and basketball, and Savannah's in volleyball now, and the girls are in gymnastics and dance class. Oh, excuse me. See, look, I just got tired yawning thinking about taking all these kids all the different places they need to go. But hey, I want to say thank you to those of you that have reached out with support and encouragement. I've been getting a lot of messages lately. People cheering us on, people praying for us. If you're one of those people that are praying for me, that are cheering me on, that are in my corner, that are backing me up, I just want to say thank you. I greatly appreciate it. As we go through this season, there's also a lot of people that are cheering for us to fail. There are a lot of people that are watching and hoping that we go down in flames. And I want to say thank you to you guys too. Thank you to those of you that are cheering for us to fail, that are paying attention, because really that's what we need right now. We need as much attention as possible. So I am grateful for those of you that are watching diligently, hoping for us to fail. And I am grateful for those of you that are commenting and posting and reposting and sharing and all of those things, negatively. Obviously, those of you that are doing those things positively, I appreciate that too. But those of you that are doing it negatively, like, keep it up. It's fuel for me and the team. It's fire for me and the team. I love it. And you're helping us build the brand. You're helping us build a brand that is going to impact and change the industry on a massive level. So we need both sides. And folks, that's a lesson for all of you. You need both sides. If you're trying to live in a world where everyone likes you, aligns with you, agrees with you, you can't get traction that way. You can't get traction and you can't get attention. That's not how it works, dude. Look at Jesus, bro. Jesus had the haters. Jesus had the haters. That's what made him so epic. So figure out what you believe in. Stand in that. You don't have to impress it on anybody else, but stand in it. And love your haters just as much as you love your supporters. It's amazing. So that's the update. Sun's going down and my son's coming in. So I'm going to get him home And we're gonna eat some leftover tacos because it's Taco Tuesday, and I miss Taco Tuesday, but it's a season where the kids are running all over the place, so I haven't been able to do the Taco Tuesdays like I'd like. But make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, drop a comment, ask any questions, and I'll see you tomorrow. Day 32. Look at that. I remembered this time. See ya.